Northmor defeated Fredericktown in the first round of the playoffs 28-14 last Friday night. Junior running back Max Lauer rushed for 205 yards and 3 touchdowns. Marcus Cortez completed 2 of 7 passes for 80 yards, one of those a 74-yard touchdown toss to tight end Andrew Armrose. Tonight they take their action on the road to West Jefferson, one of the more storied football programs in the state of Ohio. It's the Rough Riders and the Golden Knights coming up next.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmoor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmoor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health. Believe in we.
Man, what should I listen to on the OH Report today?
Dude, listen to the Friday Night Pigskin. You got highlights and scores from all around the area.
The OH Report podcast has more than just football.
No, listen to the Pigskin. The Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin. Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Why not
Podcast.
both?
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Dude, clean your ears out, man.
Bro, there's so much space in here.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to week number 12 of the 2021 high school football season from West Jefferson as the Golden Knights of Northmor travel to West Jefferson to take on the Rough Riders. I am Brian Harter along with Bruce Weirch. Welcome to the Morrow County Hospital pregame show, and this is a matchup of one of the teams in Northmor that is really coming into its own under Scott Armros. And they're going against one of the better programs in the state of Ohio in West Jefferson.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Brian, the one thing I like tonight, we're out of our zone. We're seeing different teams participate on this, and I'm really excited to see what West Jeff brings to the table tonight. But on the other hand, we know what Northmore's got. They got a great running attack. They got a stout defense. They're going to play a good secondary against West Jeff. And let's see if we can't stop this West Jeff passing attack.
West Jefferson at 10-1 out of the Ohio Heritage Conference. Northmor 9-2 out of the Knox-Morrow Athletic Conference. The winner of tonight's game will take on either Proctorville-Fairland or Worthington Christian. That game will be next Saturday night. And starting next weekend, the games go to a neutral site, so the home cooking is done after tonight.
And I like being down here. This is the first time I've ever been to the West Jefferson football stadium. I like what I see out here. They're on grass, which I really like. That's from my old days of playing and coaching. And it's a nice facility. And, the lights are on. The fans are here. It's Friday or Saturday night. Let's get that straight. It's Saturday night, and we're going to make the call on a great playoff game.
This is one of those programs that when you look at the history of high school football in the state of Ohio, this is a very tradition-rich program, and it's under the direction of head coach Sean Bisher. His son is the quarterback. His son grew up watching Rough Rider football. Bisher is an interesting story. He took this job when he was 26 years old. At that time, they were in a state of transition, and they were going through 5 or 6 different coaches. And at that point, no one really wanted this job, and he had to be talked into it. He's from Southeast Ohio. He came in and wanted to embrace the tradition of this program and bring it back to what it was. And what he has done in 20 seasons is really incredible. 163 wins, 68 losses, a postseason record of 25-12. Looking through their history, there are a lot of postseasons where they would win 2 postseason games, 3 postseason games, and they are a team that throughout the state of Ohio has a reputation that is up there with the big boys.
It's a rarity to have a coach at a same school for 20 years. Anymore, your coaches get burnt out. They'll go maybe 7, 8 years, and there's so much emphasis on football. It is no longer, back in the old days, it was a 13-week season. You had 3 weeks of 2-a-days. You had 10 games. There were no playoffs. And you had a very small weightlifting program. But now, these programs are intense. I mean, you go constantly. If you don't participate in basketball or wrestling, then you're in the weight room. And you got 7-on-7 in the summertime. You got football camps. You got videos going out to all the recruiters and everything. So it's no longer a short season for football. In fact, you could play 16 games this year if you win it all. Think about it. Your regular season lasts 10 games. You're going to add another 6 weeks onto your program if you make it to the finals.
So what kind of a tradition was he trying to embrace when he took this job? West Jefferson holds the state record for most consecutive winning seasons with 42. From 1960 to 2001, they did not have a losing record in 42 years.
You don't hear about that anymore. And now you have your football powerhouses, and every once in a while they'll have a slip season and they'll drop below 500. It is tough to stay at the top because when you're at the top, everybody guns for you. And right now, West Jeff, they are at the top. And against you, week after week, your team either excels, goes above, or you collapse. And right now, West Jeff excels.
Now, the keys to tonight's game for West Jefferson, they're a team that likes to come out and they like to throw the football. Defensively, they look a lot like Northmor does, and they're going to have to contain Lauer. Max Lauer. We called this the power outage. Lauer wants to do. They want to establish the run.
And we've seen Northmore a couple times this year, Brian, and you are totally right. When Lauer takes off and when he runs, their offense will control the flow of the game. And what you have to do is stop him. And if you stop Lauer, and if West Jeff can do that tonight, they might have a little success.
Now, what Sean Bisher told me was they like to do things. They do things very similar to what Northmoor does, but offensively it's completely different. They want to throw the football.
Yeah, they've got a great quarterback there. He's the coach's son. He's probably lived with football beside him from the crib, and they're going to throw the football. He doesn't run the ball. He's going to throw the football all over the place.
Now on the other side of that, Northmoor 9-2. They're the number 6 seed. West Jefferson the number 3 seed. Scott Armrose is the head coach. He took over the Golden Knights back in 2017, taking over a team that was 1-9, and since then he has done a remarkable job. They've won 38 games in his 5 years. The key for them tonight is to turn the power on. There you see West Jefferson taking the field here tonight as we're a couple of minutes away from the opening kickoff, as Northmoor, they're going to have their hands full defensively taking on West Jefferson. Now back to what they need to do. They need to establish the run.
Yeah, Northmoor is built to run the football, and that's what they've got to do tonight. And Lauer, if West Jeff can't stop him, and Northmoor can control the chains, take their time, run the football down the field, and keep that West Jeff air offense off the field, we might have a good game tonight.
Now, they have to do a very good job of taking the passing game away from West Jefferson.
They got to set up a brick wall, and they got to make sure the run game doesn't hurt them, but more importantly than that, they got to stop this passing game. And the one thing that you and I saw, and we talked about, I talked about this the last game, Northmoor secondary has really gotten better as the season's gone on. They've matured a little bit. They know what they're doing out there. They have a visual to what the opponents can run against them. So they've really gotten better at it, and it's going to be a good ball game tonight.
I talked with Scott Armrose a couple of days ago regarding this matchup, and his team is excited about coming down here to West Jefferson. They understand the history down here. He thinks this is a good measuring stick to see where his program is.
Yeah, and you always like to play up. And the better teams are going to show you where your weaknesses are, and they're going to force you to get better at it in practice. So if West Jeff comes out tonight and they throw the deep ball, you know you got to work on your secondary. If West Jeff comes up and they can run the flat route team.
West Jefferson Northmoor won the opening coin toss, and they deferred, so they're going to kick off to start things off here in this Division 6 Region 23 second-round matchup between Northmoor and West Jefferson, and
beautiful night for football.
Number 3 West Jefferson, number 6 Northmoor, and we are underway as the kick will be taken from the 10-yard line. And West Jefferson will get up across the 30. And that is where they will start. Adam Fry with the return. The offensive starters, Tyler Bisher. I knew I was going to do that. When you look at the spelling, it's Bisher. He is an outstanding quarterback in his senior year. Hayden Salyer is the leading rusher matchup for the Northmoor Golden Knights.
This first series is going to say a lot on how Northmoor defends this air offense.
They run the spread. Bisher out of the shotgun, back to throw. A flag is down on the first play of the game, and that's a procedure call against West Jefferson. So right out of the gate, the first penalty of the night assessed against the Rough Riders.
Playoff jitters. Playoff jitters. Your linemen are all fired up, ready to go. Somebody moves a little bit soon.
Tyler Bisher, 2,800 yards passing, 29 touchdowns on the season. Back to throw, has some time. It's caught. Good group. Marcus Cortez leads the defensive backfield with 6 interceptions. Garrett Corwin, the leading tackler, out of his linebacker spot. And Gavin Whited, the defensive tackle, leads the team in sacks. That's a pretty solid defensive unit. 2nd down and 6 from the 35. Fisher back to throw. Another catch by Book, and it's a 1st down up across the 45 to the 47. Shoved out of bounds by Nico Cristo, the linebacker. We noticed the time that Tyler Bisher has to throw. That offensive line has done a very good job all season long with this passing attack for West Jefferson.
I like what West Jeff doing. Short routes, get a little confidence in your quarterback before you go deep.
That's Adam Fry in motion to the near side. Bisher back to throw. Has some time. It's caught. A nice catch climbing the stairs is MJ Book, and another 1st down. Marcus Cortez with the tackle, but the Rough Riders are on the move here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 inside the Northmor 40.
Right now, Northmor is kind of in a guessing game. They're going back and forth from zone to man. They're sitting in a 2-deep zone right now, trying to catch their breath.
Fisher swings it out near side. That's Fry, and he is upended at the 30. Coming up to make the play, Hunter Folk for Northmore.
We're seeing the passing attack coming from West Jeff. They're 4 for 4 for 36 yards.
Gain of 9, 2nd down and 1. That Salyer, the tailback in the backfield, has yet to carry the football. Bisher back to throw again. Swings it out. Caught by Fry. He's out of bounds at the 20, but another 1st down for West Jefferson. And this offense marching right down the field on their first possession. 1st and 10 at the Northmore 20.
To the 20-yard line, 1st down.
They're making this look easy.
Well, we knew they were going to air it out. And when you come up against something new, it takes the defense just a little bit the time to get adjusted to them. And Northmore has a good secondary. Let's see if they can make the adjustments.
Now they bunch receivers on the left side of that line. Bisher will turn and hand it off. This is Salyer, his first carry of the night, and he gets a yard as he was immediately wrapped up by Garrett Corwin, the leading tackler for the Golden Knights.
Nice job by the Knights, eyeballing the back, picking him up, knocking him down. Now, if they can just shut down this passing attack.
2nd down and 8 from the Northmore 28-yard line. That's Book, wide to the right, just out of your picture. Bisher again with time, and it's incomplete. In and out of the hands of Jacob Collins. And it sets up a 3rd down and 8 for the Rough Riders.
We're in the red zone. Northmore defense is stepping it up a little bit. Big play right here, Brian.
Big 3rd down for the Golden Knights defense. 3rd down and 8 from their own 28-yard line. Bisher back to throw. Plenty of time. Crossing route. Caught. And out of bounds inside the 5, setting up a 1st and goal. MJ Book, who has been hot here in the first quarter. And the Rough Riders with a 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Now they stay on the ground. That Salyer breaks one tackle, spins away, gets into the end zone for a touchdown.
Missed tackles. Had a couple missed tackles on that.
So Hayden Salyer gets into the end zone. That's his 14th rushing touchdown of the season. And the Rough Riders with a 6-0 lead, 9:11 to go in the first quarter. Talk about opportunities for the defense, and Salyer just keeps moving and gets into the end zone. Cordetti on to attempt the extra point. It is up and good. So with 9:11 to go in the first quarter, West Jefferson 7 and Northmore nothing.
Classic West Jeff football. They just pass the ball down. When they get close, they open up a little bit of a run game. Unbelievable series to start with. But Northmor, they've seen what they've done. Let's see what adjustments to come back after that.
Salyer with a couple carries, the 5'10 senior, caps the drive off with a touchdown, and now Northmor, trailing by 7, will get the football for the first time tonight here in Week 12.
This is where you find out where your kinks are. This is what you got to work out. Right now, the defensive coordinators are sitting down, looking at the X's and O's, making their adjustments. And right now, this
Leave the kickoff for Northmoor. And it's going to be Lauer from the 11. And Lauer bulldozes his way across the 25 to the 27, so that is where Northmoor will start things off. They are led by their quarterback, Marcus Cortez, the senior. Max Lauer, the junior, 205 yards last week versus Fredericktown and 3 touchdowns. Andrew Armros with a 74-yard touchdown reception versus Fredericktown as well. He is a favorite target of Cortez when the Golden Knights go to the air. They are a predominantly run-oriented offense. And with Lauer having the production he's had all season, why not?
Yeah, see what this offensive line can do.
So Lauer with his first carry of the ball game, cuts back, gets to the 31, so not much going there. As we take a look at the defense for West Jefferson, Jacob Collins, a two-way starter at defensive end. And the safety, Garrett Higgins, 31 solo tackles. That leads the team out of the secondary. And this is a 4-3 unit, very similar to what Northmoor does defensively. So Lauer with 3 yards on first down. Cortez looking to throw. Now he will also run with the football. This is a dimension that he gives this offense as he runs out of bounds.
He's not afraid to run with the ball, and that's the difference between the West Jeff quarterback. He's going to sit back there and pick you up, whereas Cortez, if he has an opening, little grass in front of him, he's going to take advantage of it.
841 yards rushing for Cortez on the season, coming in with 8 touchdowns. He's a big part of their offense. They go back to Lauer, left side, puts his shoulders down, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down as that side of the defensive line does a nice job of standing him up. It's going to be 4th and 2, and Northmoor goes quietly in their first possession.
Yeah, they're going to have a tough night tonight. They got to try to figure out what this defense is doing. They have 4 down linemen with 3 backers, but they're bringing a backer every now and then to jam the holes up.
MJ Book will go back to receive the kick for the Rough Riders. It's a kick angle to the near side of the field. And rolls dead at about the 38-yard line, so that's where West Jefferson will take over with a 7-0 lead. 7:51 to go in the first quarter.
And they went 6 for 7 throwing the ball for 53 yards. They're going to move that football through the air again, and Northmoor has got to find what the solution is. They got to find a key. They got to be able to slow this passing attack down.
5 receivers set, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Fisher swings it out. Again, it's caught by MJ Book. And Book with yardage up to the 45-yard line. So a gain of about 6. They're going to give him 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
One of the things you got to look at, Northmoor has not been able to put any pressure on this quarterback. That offense.
Receiver formation, they swing it out quickly. That's Adam Fry, and he'll get yardage after the catch, or will he? There he finally fights forward across the 50-yard line. And this was all because of Fry able to get away, and the tackling here for Northmoor, Coach, an issue here early, is they just can't wrap him up as Marcus Cortez finally able to get him stopped. It's 1st and 10 right at midfield.
Northmoor's kind of reeling right now. They've got to find some balance. They got to start taking something away from this team.
Salyer now back in the backfield behind Bisher. Salyer, left side, has yardage inside the 45, down to the 40, a gain of about 9 on first down. So now they go back to the run, and they're close to a first down. Miller coming up to make the stop, but it's a gain of 9.
What happens is you just run the ball just enough to force that defense to respect it. They got to keep those linebackers up there now. That opens up the passing attack on the second level, which is just behind the linebackers.
Bisher now up under center. Has some time, and he overthrows his intended receiver as he was trying to go to MJ Book on that right side.
Just a little bit high. Little play action, looking for the run. And this is the 3rd and 1 situation. And with a team like West Jeff, do you run the ball for the first down or do you take it and throw it? This will be a big stop if Northmor can shut them down.
And there's movement, and let's see, it's going to be a false start against West Jefferson. So their second penalty of the first quarter, and this one's a big one. This is going to march him back, taking away a 3rd and 1, and it's going to make it 3rd and 6.
And as you notice, Northmore's starting to toughen things up a little bit. You know, they had that first drive. The coaches settled the kids down. They start reviewing. The jitters are gone. Now is when they got to start playing some football. Play Northmore football. Play a tough defense.
3 receivers to the right, 2 on the left. Book is wide to the bottom of your picture. Bisher looking, and it's going to be caught. And a first down, first reception for Ethan Hostetler. And it's going to be a fresh set of downs for West Jefferson. So the penalty, and just kind of blew it off his shoulder. Really impressed with the poise of this senior quarterback.
They don't get rattled. And one of the big things is the quarterback just sits back there. Northmore has got to be able to put some pressure on this quarterback or he's going to eat him alive.
And he's got another first down to about the 8. West Jefferson marching again, trying to add to their 7-0 lead. 5:39 to go in the opening quarter, and so far the defense for Northmoor with no answers. So that'll set up a 2nd down and 5 from the 15. He's tripped up by Trenton Ramos, and it's going to be another first down. You talked about him spreading the ball around. Last week, West Jefferson defeated Lucasville Valley 43-14. Bisher was 16 of 22 for 232 yards.
Northmore is reeling. They're back on their heels.
Cordetti on to attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. 4:34 to go.
They said the officiating was a little bit off and a few other things.
They're undefeated. And Lauer trying to find room. There's a flag down as Lauer is down at the 22-yard line, and this is in the neighborhood of an illegal block. So that is something that head coach Scott Armrose does not want to see, as they are already down 14-0, and now the penalty will.
Northmore's going to have to move the sticks. They've got to take their strength, which is their run game, and see if they can't move the football and do a little play action, screen here. Believe in themselves and do what works for them. Run the football.
Cortez is going to keep it. What a play by Jarrett Simmons.
Nice pursuit. That play was made to break inside after Lauer was running up inside. Linebackers, great pursuit down the line of scrimmage.
That was 54, not 64. Michael Petrie. Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. As Cortez with nowhere to go. Lauer. And he will fall forward to about the 8-yard line. So just back to the original line of scrimmage, and they are really keyed in on number 6.
One thing that West Jeff is doing, they're keying, as you said, on Lauer. They're bringing everybody up. They're daring. They're daring Northmor. Hey, go ahead and throw the ball. We'll give it a shot. They're playing man-to-man across the field. West Jeff is not worried about the pass. They're focusing on the run.
Cortez back to throw. It's tipped around and almost picked off, but it falls to the ground, incomplete. It's going to be 4th and 10. And for the second straight time, Northmor goes quietly offensively as they're unable to get anything going against this West Jefferson defense. And now West Jefferson is probably going to get pretty good field position for their 3rd drive of the game.
Yeah, they're going to have a short field to run on. Northmore's got to dig their heels in.
And one of the upmen's going to take it inside the 35. So West Jefferson with the ball in a short field with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, looking to add to a 14-0 lead. And this could have been disaster if it would have
there to get the rebound, hung onto the ball. Northmor has got to make a statement, and they got to do it now.
Well, the pass-happy Rough Riders have gotten 2 rushing touchdowns. And let's see what they opt to do here on 1st and 10 at the 40, about the 1st down.
Yeah, they're giving it a short.
Fisher swings it out to Book. Book down the sideline. He's going to be out of bounds at about the 12. So another 1st down for the Rough Riders, and Book continues his solid first quarter. Book, a 6'4" senior.
That's almost a wide receiver screen. They just throw it to him at the line of scrimmage. A blocker comes out, and off they go.
1st and 10 at the 12. Book is if there is a favorite target for Bisher, it is Book. 1st down, 2nd down, and almost 3.
Looks like a run play coming. Every time they get close to the goal line, they run it. Here it goes.
Salyer, left side, pushes forward, touchdown. Salyer now touchdown of the first quarter. And West Jefferson threatening to really get this out of the hands of Northmor early.
Yeah, Northmore's reeling. They got to stop the bleeding. They've got to come up with something to move the stakes. 1, 2, 3, and punt is not going to make it tonight.
Mason Cordetti on to attempt the extra point. Jefferson 21-0. They are 3 for 3 on their first 3 drives of the first quarter, all resulting in touchdowns, all by this young man right here. #12 of the 2021 high school football season.
You look at a big night, but what's in reality is it's the passing game of West Jeff that's opening everything up. They're throwing the ball. They've only had 2 incomplete passes out of 14. They're right about 100 yards passing in the first quarter. And when you get the defense thinking pass, 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 you get the linebackers flying out there. And the next thing you know, they give it to the tailback, and he squirts in. More than that, though, this offensive line for West Jeff is doing the job. The quarterback has thrown 14 passes, and nobody.
Well, you hear talks about quarterbacks in clean jerseys. His jersey does not have a speck of grass on it, as he has had all kinds of time to just sit back there and pick Northmor apart. And they go for an onside kick, and it's going to be.
I think West Jeff is going to make a point right here. They are saying, hey, here we come. If you can't stop us, we're going to take the ball and continue to run it and throw it.
So now, as the former coach, is that part of the game plan, or did they see Lauer? And he is stopped behind the line of scrimmage as he is gang tackled at midfield. So nowhere to go for Max Lauer, and it's going to set up second down and long.
West Jeff has 4 down linemen and 3 linebackers, and wherever Lauer goes, that's where they're going. Their number one objective is to shut down Lauer in the running attack.
2nd and 17. Cortez is going to run it. Across the 45, ball is on the ground, and let's see who has it. There's a struggle for the ball, and it looked like it was recovered by Northmor, but let's see. West Jefferson is trying to signal that they have it, and they do. So the first turnover for Northmor, and it's a big one as they cough it up at the 30-yard line.
And you're right, that was a big mistake right there. He had the first down. All he's got to do is put the ball away. It ends up on the ground, and West Jeff recovers.
1st and 10 for the Rough Riders at the 31-yard line. 47 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It has been all West Jefferson. High snap. Book. And gets across the 40 to the 43, another first down. So even on a bad snap, and a flag comes flying out, and this could be 15 more yards, as it looks like it might go against Northmoor. And for the second straight time tonight, the referee really put a lot of effort into throwing that flag. And
they called it on West
Jeff. They called
Jeff.
it against West Jefferson.
Yep. 5,
so 15
10,
yards
15.
against West Jefferson, so something was either said or... So that moves the ball back inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line.
But West Jeff has a type of offense. They can recover from a penalty. They have a very explosive offense. And what's another 5 yards?
What's another 5 yards on a passing route?
Yep.
1st and 10 at the 44. Bisher under pressure. Gets it off to Hostetler. Hostetler breaks a tackle, still on his feet at the 45. Finally brought down as Trenton Ramos came up to make the play, but it's a big first down for West Jefferson. And that'll stop the clock with 18 seconds to go in the first quarter. And West Jefferson really, even when they make a small mistake, they really can't do anything wrong, and that's going to be the final play of the first quarter. It's all Rough Riders, 21-0 as we head to the second. You're watching high school playoff football live and free exclusively on the OH Report.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmoor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmoor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health. Believe in we.
Man, what should I listen to on the OH Report today?
Dude, listen to the Friday Night Pigskin. You got highlights and scores from all around the area.
The OH Report podcast has more than just football.
No, listen to the Pigskin. The Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin. Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Why not
Podcast.
both?
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Dude, clean your ears out, man.
Bro, there's so much space in here.
The Golden Knights down 21-0 as we start the second quarter. West Jefferson with the football, 1st and 10 at their 46-yard line. And on a jet sweep, Fry coming around the near side. A flag is down. Fry is down at the 47. And again in the neighborhood of an illegal block by West Jefferson.
Could be a hold, could be a block in the back. Holding on Northmor.
Yard line of Northmoor.
Well, I didn't see that one.
After the play, moves the ball to the 37-yard line. 1st down, West Jefferson.
But right now, Northmore does not have an answer for this West Jeff offense. They can try and stop the run, but the passing game opens up. They try and stop the passing game, the running game opens up.
Salyer with 3 touchdowns is in the backfield behind Bisher. They swing it out to Fry. And Fry brought down by Armros at the 34.
Pass from Tyler Bisher, complete to Adam Fry. Tackle made by Nico Cristo.
They're running these short screens. What that does, that forces that secondary to come up, to cover it. Look for them going deep here pretty soon.
Well, and that's success for Northmoor because that's only 3 yards on 1st down. West Jefferson has been very efficient on 1st down.
Very efficient. In fact, the 2nd down they've been very efficient. On 3rd down they've been very efficient.
This offense is just a well-oiled machine.
And Northmore has yet to find a solution for it. They're in a 3-deep zone now, trying to keep everything underneath.
Salyer cuts back, finds running room across the 30 to the 25, and knocked out of bounds. Saving the touchdown was Hunter Folk. But don't look now. Here comes West Jefferson again as they have a 1st and 10 in the red zone.
And this is what happens when you run that passing game. They're running the short passing game. The defensive backs collide on them, clash on them, lock on to them, and when they run inside, they go with them, and that opens up the outside.
1st and 10 at the 11.
Timeout.
And we have a whistle and a timeout taken by West Jefferson. 10:53 to go in the second quarter. The Rough Riders with a 21-0 lead. Brian Harter, Bruce Weirich from West Jefferson. The winner of tonight's game will either take on Proctorville Fairland or Worthington Christian. And that game will be played next Saturday night at a neutral site. After this week, the home matchups are done.
West Jeff is having a heyday right now. One of the problems Northmoor's having is that they cannot put any pressure on this quarterback. And when you have a quarterback of this caliber who is very good, and he can read the defense, and he can sit back there, he can check down on his receivers, he is just picking them apart. And then you throw in a little bit of a run game, and that is a problem for the Northmoor defense right now.
The senior Hayden Salyer with all 3 West Jefferson touchdowns, all on the ground. And that is Salyer taking the pitch, and he is stopped inside the 10. Armros in on the stop. And a flag comes flying in, and the frustration may be setting in for Northmoor.
Yeah, you can see it out there on the field. And one thing, the officials aren't going to take it tonight, Brian.
Penalty moves the ball down to the 3. And talking to Sean Bisher before the game, he just has the the energy. He has the energy of a young coach, but he's only 46 years old. He's been on the job for 20 years.
Yeah, and that builds confidence in your program. It streamlines everything. No change, repeated over and over and over.
2nd and 3, or 2nd and 2. I'll actually, the chain safe, 2nd down. First carry of the ball game and a touchdown.
35.
For Spencer George. So Spencer George now into the scorebook for West Jefferson. And it's now 27-0, soon to be 28 after the extra point.
Wow, West Jeff has thrown for 130 yards already, but yet all 4 of their touchdowns are on the ground.
That's touchdown number 8 on the season for Spencer George. Had 374 yards rushing coming in on 69 attempts. Extra point is up and good. And it's now 28-0, and the floodgates have opened, and Northmoor's defense really has had no answer for the West Jefferson offense. And West Jefferson has really been able to do whatever they want.
Yeah, they're throwing the ball deep. They're throwing it short. They're running little screens inside, outside. One of the things I see from sitting up here is that quarterback is able to sit back there, and there's no pressure on him. And when you take a quarterback that has good skills, he knows the offense, he can read the defense, he is going to pick you apart. And right now, that's what happens to Northmoor.
Here's a good look at Sean Bisher, the head coach of the Rough Riders in his 20th season. 25-12 in the postseason. What a job he has done here at West Jefferson, a job that at that time was really reeling, a program that was struggling. His first couple of years, they didn't do a whole lot better, but he came in and wanted to embrace the tradition of this program, and he has taken it to a whole new level.
I've been on both sides of games like this where you're getting blown out, or you're either winning or you're losing, and right now Northmoor has got to find something to live on.
Ramos backpedals, takes it at the 5. And Ramos is swarmed under just short of the 20-yard line, so that is where Northmoor will take over.
We saw Northmoor pick up the interception, and we sitting right here across from the Northmoor crowd, and you can see the enthusiasm, momentum changes, and then they have the fumble. Well, what Northmoor has to do, they have to find something that they can establish. They want to do something that'll move the chains, and they're good at. And up to this point, it's Lauer. It is Lauer and the offensive line. They have got to be able to establish. They have no first downs yet. They have got to be able to move the football and move the chains.
Cortez will run. Gets a couple before he's forced out of bounds.
Marcus Cortez, the ball carrier.
But
Golden Knights, go ahead.
They just need to get a first down. They got to get a little confidence back in its offense, because you and I have both seen this Northmoor team run over people and destroy them with the run game. And they have got to get back to what they do well, and that is run the ball.
2nd down and 8. As they are trying to just establish some kind of consistency on the offensive side of the ball. Cortez, and that'll set up a 3rd down and 5. Northmoor was 8-2 at the end of the regular season, 5-2 in the KMAC. They began the season with an 8-game winning streak before losing their last 2 regular season matchups, a 14-12 loss to Centerburg, followed by a 38-7 loss to KMAC co-champion Highland.
They lost their quarterback at the end. He had an injury, and that hurt him a little bit.
And Lauer with no
10, 11 plays to score, control the flow of the game, move the stakes, and score a touchdown. Hats off to the West Jeff defense, playing great front defense against the run.
First and 10 from the Northmoor 41. Fisher, and that is dropped by, that was Salyer out of the backfield. So one of the rare incompletions in the first half for Fisher. Right over the middle, caught. Salyer makes up for it. It's a first down this job, and he said it was getting the kids to understand the tradition that was at this school and appreciate it.
A little bit of history. And right now they are clicking on all cylinders. Special teams, offense and defense. Everything they do turns into touchdowns.
So Ramos with the return just over the 15. So here come the Golden Knights, now 35 at the 26. West Jefferson out of the Ohio Heritage Conference. Talk about a tough league. Mechanicsburg, who's undefeated, won that conference this year. The only team to beat West Jefferson. And a short reception by Armros out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. It'll set up a second down and about 8.
Steps out of bounds.
Armros with a 74-yard touchdown reception a week ago against Fredericktown.
One thing you notice that they're rolling the quarterback out, trying to get him away from pressure. Receivers are running short routes. They're just trying to build a little confidence in this offense, see if they can't get them back on their feet.
Again, they stay on the ground. This is Cristo, and he's got nowhere to go. Nico Cristo, the senior, actually loses a yard on the play. It'll set up third down and almost 10.
Tackled by Kenny Snyder. From the 26-yard line, it'll be third down 6.
The short passing game.
Lauer, there's a flag down. And Lauer is down at the 30, and another flag is down. The ball is on the ground, and let's see who has it. West Jefferson says they have the football. I don't see an official. It's going to be a false start against Northmoor. Golden Knights will hold on to the ball. And the penalty will be declined.
There was a penalty on the play. False start. That penalty was declined.
So that will set up a fourth down and 6. And another punting situation for Northmoor. So
the runner was down at the 30-yard line before the loose ball. Be fourth down.
And the officials are going to give another timeout to West Jefferson. 6 minutes to go in the second.
It was a fourth down situation. They didn't pull their offense off. They left them on the field. West Jeff was looking for the punt, so the coach said, whoa, 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 they're going to go for it. He called a timeout to reestablish his defense.
Tonight's high school football broadcast is brought to you live and free on the OH Report thanks to our generous sponsors, JDog Junk Removal and Hauling, a dedicated team of uniformed veterans removing all items responsibly. Book yours at jdog.com. Morrow County Hospital. Cortez, with some time, unleashes. It's incomplete as he was trying to hit Bryson Kearns. And it turn it over on downs. And when you're down 35-0, why not?
You have nothing to win at halftime and say, hey, this is where we're at. This is what we have to do. This is what we got to have happen. And right now,
second half. Because the last thing you want when you're trying to make a playoff run and the the game is already decided, as you don't want an injury to one of your starters. Fisher to the fullback, and he is going to be stopped shy.
Flags are flying again.
So the penalty will move the ball down to about just inside the 3-yard line. Actually, they will spot the ball at the 1. So it'll be 1st and goal at the 1. So Salyer going to get his 4th touchdown of the ball game. Kimley again as the fullback. They do give it to Kimley, and he gets the touchdown. So it is another touchdown, and West Jefferson with a chance to go up 42-0 before the half.
And they are doing no wrong tonight, Brian. I have not seen a performance. We've done 14 games this year, and I have not, tell you the truth, I cannot tell you a game where I've seen an offensive performance that West Jeff is doing right now.
Very, very few mistakes here in the first half, and the defense has been up to the challenge as well.
The defense is taking away Lauer, and once you do that to the Northmore offense, they've kind of come to a grinding halt.
Extra point is up, and it is good. So with 4:15-0.
And I'm kind of shocked right now. Northmore tried to run Lauer. They shut him down. Cortez tries to work game. West Jeff has been there to answer the call.
Winner of tonight's game will take on either Proctorville, Fairland.
In Northmore right now, the coach is over there reeling. He's looking at his play.
So that's where North.
All I want to do is see Northmore get a first down before.
Four minutes and 13 seconds to go here in the second quarter. And as we said, if this score holds up, then we will see a running clock in the second half.
Let's see something what I've been waiting to see. That's what I have been waiting the whole night to see from Northmore.
Caleb Schneer on to attempt the extra point. It is up and good. No good as it is missed, so they'll have to settle for 6 points on that drive, and we saw some life there.
It was set up by the Wildcat formation. You run Lauer a couple times, he gets a few yards. The offense builds a little bit of confidence. Then you come back, just air it out. Touchdown.
Now, do you go for the onside kick here to try to keep this going?
Lose. You have nothing to lose. If you have an onside kick in you, go ahead and give it a shot. Try to get the ball back. The last thing you want to do is have West Jeff get the ball and score a touchdown. You want to get the ball back. You have a little momentum going for you right now. Your offense is starting to click a little bit. Let's see if you can get the ball back.
So Caleb Schneer, the sophomore, will tee it up at the 40, and it does indeed look like he's going to go for the onside kick.
He's got everybody up. Everybody's looking. Everybody's excited.
Nope. Going to kick it deep. Fry has some blockers down the near sideline. And all the way to the end zone for the touchdown as they answer the score from Northmore with a kickoff return for a touchdown. Well, so much for momentum. from the 18-yard line. 82 yards on the kickoff return. Boy, this team they can score in all kinds of ways.
Yeah, that was unreal. And, a lot of times that happens. Northmore just had a successful run. The defense comes back out, and the kickoff is returned for a touchdown.
That's Fry's second touchdown on a kickoff return this season. And now the score at 49-6 with 2:39 to go as we take another look at the kickoff return by Fry.
And can anything else happen to Northmore tonight, Brian?
And if I'm a fan of the Golden Knights, I'm like, seriously?
Unreal. Northmore's going to get the ball.
2:39 to go. 3 timeouts here in the first half.
Their offense started clicking. They moved the ball. They ran the ball. Lauer had a big 15-yard run. Then they had the 2 big passes for the touchdown.
So Lauer and Ramos back to receive the kickoff for Northmoor.
Let's see if they can return. Get a good return, get a little bit of field position.
Well, in case you were wondering, and I know you are, Trenton Ramos has returned a kickoff for a touchdown this season.
Well, here's a good time to pull one out.
They kick it to Lauer, and Lauer from the 10. And Lauer breaks through at the 30. And he fights to midfield. Max Lauer not going away as he is tackled in front of the Northmoor bench, and they're going to have it in West Jefferson territory.
And that's what I like from Northmoor. That's what I've seen all season from them, making the big plays happen with the big back. Lauer, nice job.
45 yards on the kickoff return, and actually, they're going to say he went out of bounds at midfield, so 40 yards on the return. And let's see if Northmoor can do something with 2:28 to go.
Best field position they've started with all night.
Cortez out of the gun. He's going to look to go to the air again. Left side has Ramos. It's caught at the 20. Down to the 10, inside the 10. It's 1st and goal for the Golden Knights.
Nice job, nice job.
41 yards on the pass play. And Northmoor knocking at the door again.
Northmoor has found a kink in the West Jeff's defense, and that's throwing the ball.
Northmoor can't throw the football.
There we go.
1st and goal from the 9. Cortez, left side, follows some blockers, but he is swarmed under at the 13-yard line. Spencer George comes up defensively, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Lost a couple yards on that. Northmoor, we need positive. And
let's see, Cortez a little slow to... I think he just needs a second to now he looks okay. Now they're going to call a timeout. I think Scott Armros just wants to make sure his quarterback's okay.
This is a great opportunity for Northmoor. You've been having a tough struggle all night long. You've had 2 good series in a row. The passing game has come alive for you. Get it in. You got to get it in.
All of this set up by a 40-yard kickoff return by Max Lauer.
And then the big pass.
So they have shown some signs here now at the end of the second quarter. And can they punch it in here and get their second touchdown of the second period?
And one of the things I like is that they found a weakness in the secondary, which are the
plays, calling them home runs, and they've given up 2 of them here in the second quarter.
And that's something you find your weaknesses. When you're in the playoffs, other teams are going to expose your weaknesses.
Cristo and Lauer in the backfield with Cortez. Speed and the athleticism of Cortez to keep the play alive.
Again, let's see if they utilize the wide side of the field. Cortez, I think, is out.
Yeah, another direct snap to Max Lauer.
Back in.
He is coming back in, so they decide to not go with the Northmor, so that'll be declined, and the Golden Knights will turn it over on downs.
Working a little bit. Lauer had a big run. That's the Northmore team I saw earlier this season.
Well, and that gives Scott Armrose some positive things to talk to his team about at halftime. And Northmore just wants to keep this at 4.
Keep him at this end of the field.
Fisher, all
to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health, believe in we.
Man, what should I listen to on the OH Report today?
Dude, listen to the Friday Night Pigskin. You got highlights and scores from all around the area.
The OH Report podcast has more than just football.
No, listen to the Pigskin. The Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin. Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Why not
Podcast.
both?
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Dude, clean your ears out, man.
Bro, there's so much space in here.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to halftime with the West Jefferson Marching Band. Next week, the United States will celebrate Veterans Day. The 11th hour of the 11th day is set aside as a time to celebrate those who have served our country. We salute all of those who have served our country. We open with the patriotic melody of Battle. And now for your entertainment, they will play Paint It Black and Final Countdown. On behalf of both bands, we thank you for your attention and we hope you enjoyed our shows.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmoor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmoor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health, believe in we.
Man, what should I listen to on the OH Report today?
Dude, listen to the Friday Night Pigskin. You got highlights and scores from all around the area.
The OH Report podcast has more than just football.
No, listen to the Pigskin. The Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin. Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Why not
Podcast.
both?
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Dude, clean your ears out, man.
Bro, there's so much space in here.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Welcome to the Morrow County Hospital. 49 to take on either Proctorville, Fairland, or Worthington Christian. It will be interesting to see how Northmor comes out. What is going on in that locker room right now?
Yeah, you know, when you get in a football game like this, you want to go in. You don't want to do the yelling, the screaming. You don't want to do anything like that. That's just going to bring your team down. So you start talking about the positive things and what you want to build on for next year. And you want to talk about the 2 long passes they had for touchdowns. They did score. They're in the red zone again. They had another opportunity. So I know the coach is in there right now talking positive with these kids, trying to get them motivated. And it's a 0-0 second half. They got nothing to lose. They want to come out and do a great job. Finish up with a good show for your fans.
Thanks to Nick Jacobs and the awesome aerial shots you are seeing right now of West Jefferson High School. It's a cool night but dry here in West Jefferson. And for the Golden Knights, they need a little heat. They need a little spark to start things off. They're going to get the football in the third quarter. As we take a look at the first half numbers, not really a surprise here. We're going to see complete domination. Well, as we take a look at the first half stats, we're going to see first domination here by the West Jefferson Rough Riders.
Yeah, it's been all West Jefferson Riders in every zone. The one thing is the 2 turnovers by West Jeff, and you can attribute that to a little pressure on the quarterback, threw the ball up, and Northmore does have a nice secondary, and they picked off a couple.
We said that was uncharacteristic of Tyler Bisher, the quarterback for West Jefferson. Only 5 picks coming into tonight's game, but he has thrown 2, both of them to the same guy, and it's been really something that Northmore has not been able to capitalize on.
No, you know, and you got to get a little momentum going. And right now, Northmore's coming out. They're going down their end zone, and the coaches, you know, you got to be positive with them. And you want to end on a good note to start next season with. And the one thing about the playoffs is it's such a final game. You know, this is the final game for Northmoor, and you extended the season a little bit longer, and now this is it. And unless you win the championship game, you're going to lose in the last game.
Max Lauer, 10 carries, 31 yards. He had to really fight for all of those yards. He did take some direct snaps in the second quarter and got the big chunk of those yards in those couple plays. Marcus Cortez, 4 of 8 through the air, only 41 yards. On the other side, Tyler Bisher, 20 of 25, 189 yards and 1 touchdown. MJ Book, his favorite target, 10 receptions, 99 yards and a touchdown. And Hayden Salyer, the senior, 9 carries, 78 yards, and he had 3 rushing touchdowns. Had 2 of those in the first quarter, and he really was able to be the beneficiary of a very solid passing attack that opened some things up for the running game.
Yeah, West Jeff, their stats right now, a lot of teams would like to have those at the end of the ball game, and it's only halftime right now. And I'm kind of curious to see what adjustments the coaches make at halftime. I'm a big fan of when you go in the locker room, you always make adjustments. What adjustments is Northmor going to make at half to see if they can't get a little pride and get something going this second half?
Well, one thing we saw in the second quarter, aside from the direct snaps to Max Lauer, they went downfield, and they had some success when Marcus Cortez was called on to throw the football.
Yeah, they found the weak spot, and the weak spot is on the sidelines. They threw the ball, and it was a great pass. The ball was up in the air, and the receiver was able to run under it, and they actually got behind the secondary of West Jeff.
So, do they come out with the direct snap right away to Max Lauer, or do they come out more conventional offensively?
I think you come out with Max Lauer. Your team got here because of Max Lauer, and you ran the ball down people's throats. And we saw an inkling of that later, in the end of the second quarter. They started to run the ball. When they run the ball, that opens everything else up for them.
Now, you also have to be aware of an onside kick because West Jefferson did execute one in the first half. Back deep for the Golden Knights, Max Lauer, who did have a 40-yard kickoff return to kind of jumpstart things in the second quarter, along with Trenton Ramos. They're both standing back at the 10-yard line.
And you mentioned earlier we're having a running clock, and it's already started.
And the third quarter is underway. They're going to kick it towards Ramos as they want no part of Lauer. Ramos from the 14 up to the 17, a 3-yard return, and that is where Northmoor will set up 1st and 10, down 49-6.
And it's going to be interesting right now. And as you said, do they go to the Wildcat with the direct snap? Do they take Cortez out and, run him exclusive? Or do they leave the quarterback in so they can mix it up a little bit? A ton of points on the score, but how do you slow down your offense? Some coaches will run the same play over and over. Other coaches will start subbing. They want to protect their varsity players for the next game.
Tyler Bisher with that completion went over 10,000 yards for his career. That is a lot of yardage for a high school quarterback. Salyer gets the carry and the first down.
West Jeff's in the red zone. They've been very effective no matter where they've been on the field tonight.
Mason Converse now in as the quarterback. They go back to the ground. And going into the end zone for a touchdown is Nate Layton. Actually, it's number 35, Spencer George, not 25. So George in for his second touchdown of the night. And the offense picks up where it left off in the first half.
And you can thank your offensive line for that. I mean, he ran 12 yards and not a hand was put on him.
Offense now in the hands of Mason Converse, who is a senior. Extra point is up and good. 55-6. Now 56-6 after the extra point. And the
come out the third quarter. A lot of coaches have the philosophy of your varsity team has earned the right to play the first half, and when you come out the third quarter, your varsity usually plays the first series, and then coaches start pulling people out, prevent injuries, and give other players a chance to develop for next season. So I'm kind of anxious to see what West Jeff does here, who they're putting on the field.
I think it was apparent there with that drive, and especially throwing the football, that Spencer Bisher wanted to give Tyler Bisher the opportunity to get over that 10,000-yard mark.
And he did it.
And he did, and then he pulled him out.
Pulls him out, playing some of the other players. You want to take a good look at your impact players for next year. Who's going to stand up and take the place of these seniors? West Jeff, 26 seniors. They have 26 seniors on this team.
And he's out of bounds at the 25-yard line. There's a flag down, maybe a late hit on the kickoff return, so Northmore might get some extra yardage.
Ramos takes the kick at the 14-yard line.
Pushing the back on Northmore.
Trenton Ramos has had a big night defensively. He's got a couple interceptions.
Oh, it was a personal foul.
So that'll tack 15 yards onto the kickoff return by Ramos. Half.
And right now, Northmore just wants to establish a nice drive. Move the football, move the stakes, work upfield.
To tell you the job that West Jefferson has done, Lauer has averaged 136 yards a game. There's Ramos up to the 45. Another flag comes flying in. That tells you the job that this defense has done. It's going to be a penalty against Northmore, against a very good running back in Max Lauer.
Yeah, this defense has done an outstanding job tonight. Hats off to the defensive coordinator. And we talked about this earlier, how Lauer goes, thus goes the Northmore offense. And when you shut down Lauer and only allow him 31 yards rushing, right now he has 33 in the ball game, your defense is doing a pretty good job.
5-yard penalty makes it 1st and 15. Cortez with some running room and a first down in West Jefferson territory as he's finally forced out of bounds. No doubt about that one. That was a designed run all the way, and Cortez has the Golden Knights in West Jefferson territory at the 44-yard line.
Nice run, nice lead block by Lauer, opening up the seam, and we saw the speed of Cortez.
Well, they're going to re-spot the ball back to the 48. Cortez now back to throw. Looks long, right side, and it's incomplete. Another flag comes flying in as there was some hand checking. Griffin Workman was the intended target.
Yeah, and then they're going to call interference on West Jeff.
Back on coverage was Anthony Holder, and he may have held.
We're seeing a lot of players.
It's a chuckle from the crew.
Yeah. We're seeing a lot of players shuffling in and out. This is when you have a lot of mistakes also. When you start shuffling people in and out, putting different players in situations, offsides, penalties, interference calls.
Cameron Pearson, not Anthony Holder, with the penalty. Still a first down for Northmore. Lauer going around the right side, finds the running a little easier as he's down now to the 26-yard line, and there's a lot of second-team players now in for West Jefferson, but Northmore doesn't care. They want to get points on the board.
Yeah, when you put points on the board, it doesn't say who's on the field.
Gain of 7, second down, and slips a tackle around the edge to the far sideline or near sideline, and Ramos goes into the end zone for a touchdown and puts 6 points on the board for the Golden Knights. For Ramos, that's touchdown reception number 6 on the season, and he does a nice job here of breaking a tackle of Luke Taylor. And scoots around the left side.
We saw the speed of Northmor. They do have speed. Once he broke contain, up the sidelines he went.
Extra point is up. This one is good. So with 4:33 to go, Northmoor with a touchdown here in the third quarter, and they make it a 56-13 lead. As we take another look at the Ramos touchdown. Trenton Ramos, a senior as well. He's had 2 interceptions, and there the touchdown.
3 plays covered 60 yards. A 36-yard touchdown pass from Marcus Cortez.
That's not too shabby. 60 yards in 3 plays for Northmor.
Caleb Chenier with the extra point kick.
Onside kick.
Onside kick likely coming here with 4:33 to go in the third quarter. And
Northmor would like to get possession of the ball back. It's been a beautiful night tonight, Brian. Glad you brought the space heater to help keep us warm here. We are outside in the bleachers with the fans, and it's a great night for football at West Jeff.
I'm just glad it's not raining. Otherwise, that would present a whole new challenge. They're going to kick it away. And a flag again come flying in as again some extracurricular activity at the end of the play. The return by Cam Pearson. And it's going to be against West Jefferson.
And I'll tell you another thing I like about this game. I like it.
By West Jefferson tonight. They're going to get the ball at the 20. Senior. Rough Riders stay on the ground. Clock continues to move. 3:45 and counting. Not much there on first down.
Jesse Harper, the ball carrier. Gain is to the 25.
Sophomore running back Jesse Harper with the carry.
Nice run. I used to try and keep my offensive line out there together. This looks like a whole new crew. We might be looking at next year's football team.
Again for the ground, and nothing going as Harper again with the carry.
Jesse Harper, the ball carrier.
Set up a third down.
Tackle by Bodie Workman.
Third down and 5 at the 25-yard line.
Third down.
Converse looks to go to the air. And it's going to be caught far side of the field by Owen Carsey. And he is quickly swarmed under. And let's see where they spot it, because his forward progress is close to the 30.
They gave him the first down.
And that's going to be enough for the first down. So Carsey with his first reception. And it results in a Rough Rider first down.
We are under 2 minutes on a running clock.
Again to the ground, and nothing on that carry. Again, Jesse Harper, the sophomore, getting the call.
Players.
Loss of 1 on the play.
A lot of young players getting a look right now on that field. I think it's a whole new offense out there.
As we approach the 1-minute mark of the third quarter. Converse comes back to the near side, and it's incomplete. Another flag is down.
The pass attempt from Mason Converse.
You get young players in the game, they're going to do a few things that you shouldn't do. And a lot of times that's just their enthusiasm, their excitement.
There you saw the hit. And that is going to result in a first down for West Jefferson.
Personal foul against Northmor. 15-yard penalty moves the ball to the 44.
So it's now 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And this will probably be the final play of the third quarter. And it will result in negative yardage at the 40-yard line, and that will do it. 3 quarters are in the books. West Jefferson 56, Northmoor 13 as we head to the fourth. You're watching high school playoff football live and free exclusively on the OH Report.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmoor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmoor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health. Believe in we.
Man, what should I listen to on the OH Report today?
Dude, listen to the Friday Night Pigskin. You got highlights and scores from all around the area.
The OH Report podcast has more than just football.
No, listen to the Pigskin. The Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Why not both?
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Dude, clean your ears out, man.
Bro, there's so much space in here.
Smack, nice pickup by the defense.
3rd down and 11 for West Jefferson as we start the fourth quarter. Rough Riders with a 56-13 lead, and they will advance to take on either Proctorville, Fairland, or Worthington Christian. That'll be played next Saturday night on a neutral site. West Jefferson looking to throw. This one's caught. Owen Carsey, and he has got first down yardage inside the 45-yard line, and it's a fresh set of downs for the Rough Riders.
Owen Carsey, knocked out of bounds by Coward Becker.
So Mason Converse comes in and throws a couple of passes and has another fresh set of downs for the Rough Riders.
We're looking at basically next year's football team out there.
Except for Converse, who's a senior.
Correct.
They go back to the ground, and that's Palmer, the sophomore, and he's forced out of bounds. Or Harper, excuse me. He's a good-looking sophomore.
Got a little bit of speed. First down.
Harper with 10 carries coming into tonight for 41 yards. That's a 4.1 average. And obviously playing behind Aiden Salyer and Spencer George, he has not gotten a lot of carries on the season, but Spencer George, a junior, so he is likely to be the featured back next year. But now they're looking at possibly their number 2 back, and that's Harper, and he gets a couple more yards down to the 30. And that'll set up a 2nd down and 7.
Jesse Harper, the ball carrier. Tackle made by Isaac Kincaid.
Well, this is my first look at West Jefferson, and this has been a very impressive showing.
You know, you always hear about the West Jeff program, and that's one great thing about the OH. We get to go around and look at a lot of these other teams we never would have seen.
Stay on the ground, down to the 22-yard line. That's Harper with another carry.
I like coming to the West Jeff facilities. They have an outstanding football stadium here. Nice-looking turf.
Pretty good hamburgers in the concession stand.
Hamburgers were good. Good scoreboard. I like the stands. We're outside. We're with the fans. It's been a great night for football. Except for Adam. He's not happy with our setup.
3rd down and 1. They stay on the ground, and the carry to Owen Carsey, and let's see if he has enough for the first down. He does, so they will move the chains. Oh, no, let's see. They have it 4th down, but they have moved the chains, so I think it's a first down.
Yeah, I don't think the guy on the marker's changed it yet. The scoreboard says first down. There he changes it.
There, we're going to switch it. Carsey now as the featured back in the backfield. But they'll do that little pitch to the wing coming around, and Northmor was all over it. Paul Kramer making the tackle for the Golden Knights, and our crew will be happy as football season winding down, and we'll be indoors for basketball. A full season of high school basketball coverage on the OH Report. And we're excited about that as we head into the winter months and won't have to worry about setting up in the bleachers outside. If we're setting up in the bleachers outside during basketball season, there's some bigger issues on the table. Carsey breaks free. And Carsey into the end zone for a touchdown from 25 yards out. And Owen Carsey with his first touchdown of the season. And the route continues at West Jefferson. Owen Carsey, a 5'10 sophomore. So perhaps an audition for that number 2 running back spot next year. After Hayden Salyer graduates. 63-13 in favor of West Jefferson.
One of the things I wanted to mention, and we don't usually say much about this, but the halftime show tonight, I really thought it was interesting that both bands got together out on the field and did a couple tunes together. And, it was really nice to see that happen, especially in a playoff game. You bring your bands here. They don't get a lot of recognition sometimes, but tonight I really was impressed by both bands being on the field at the same time and showing the unity and the sportsmanship, and they did a good job, a very good job tonight.
7 minutes to go, and Northmoor down by 50.
Let's see if Northmoor can hang on to the ball. It's a running clock. If they can control the ball, get a few first downs, maybe get a touchdown here at the end, go out with your heads up high.
Lauer and Ramos deep. And they're going to kick it. And it gets by Ramos. And he'll scoop it up from the 1. And Ramos stumbles forward to the 21-yard line. A 20-yard return for Trenton Ramos. And that's where the Golden Knights will take over, down 63-13. And I think he thought it was going to roll into the end zone and figured, well, I better pick it up and return it. And he was able to get it over the 20.
Tackle made by Braxton Stone. The Northmore ball, first down 10 from their own.
I like to see Northmore come out, establish that line of scrimmage, run, use your run game. Lauer's looks like his evening's done. Cortez seems like he's done. Looking at the future of Northmore football.
Well, they run there on first down and not much going for Paul Kramer. Kramer, a 5'9" sophomore. And the new quarterback is A.J. Bauer, a freshman, 6 foot, 165. Bauer has played in one game, 1 of 3, and he has thrown 2 interceptions. Bauer.
Nice ball.
And a flag is down. It's going to be pass interference as the intended target was Bo Landon.
And I'll tell you, it's nice to see these young players get an opportunity. Can you believe the enthusiasm of a freshman stepping into a playoff game at a quarterback's position and getting the opportunity to stand on the grass in a playoff game?
Pass interference against the Rough Riders. 15-yard penalty moves the ball.
So the penalty will move the ball
5-yard line.
to about the 35, just shy of the 35-yard line.
New set of downs, goes in as a first down. We're looking at the future of Northmore football right here.
Kramer with some running room, finally brought down at the 45, just shy of the first down. So Kramer, the sophomore, with about 9 yards, sets up a second down. And
Jaden Davis from the 44-yard line, it'll be second down 1.
Kramer again. And he's tripped up behind the line of scrimmage.
Paul Kramer, the ball carrier, tackled by Jesse Harper. From the 43-yard line, it'll be third down.
Third down and 2. Reception made by Jackson Wenger. And depending on the spot, he might have enough for the first down.
Pass from A.J. Bauer is complete to Jackson.
Fourth down and 1, and the offense will stay on the field.
Tackle was made by Joe Petzett. Brings up a 4th down 1.
Everybody checking their wristbands, getting on the same page.
And Bauer's going to run it. And a second effort. It's going to be close.
Looks like he got it.
He had to get to the 45, and he's got enough for the first down, so that will move the chains with 3 minutes to go.
Game to the 45-yard line is good for Northmoor. First down.
And as you mentioned, this is a great opportunity for some of these young players to taste some playoff action here.
And it's on a Saturday night under the lights.
Bauer back to throw. Has a receiver open, caught in stride, and a first down at the 15-yard line. As the reception was hauled in by Jackson Wenger, a freshman.
From A.J. Bauer to Jackson Wenger.
Nice looking throw by Bauer.
To the 17-yard line, first down Northmoor.
And as we approach the 2-minute mark, Northmoor threatening here. Bauer again, back to throw. Flag is down. It's thrown into the end zone. It's incomplete. Let's see what the penalty marker is.
Looks like a holding penalty. There it is.
Second down.
That's their 7th penalty night for 72 yards for Northmoor.
So that'll move the ball outside the 20-yard line.
Oh, they called the chop block.
Yeah, so that's out to the 32. So
that
a
adds
big
another
penalty
5 to you. What that means is that you are not allowed to attack a ball player underneath the knees. Back in the old days, you could chop block, knock them down, hit them anywhere you wanted. The rules are now established to protect the players. No chop blocks. Protect the knees.
Clock stopped with 1:42 to go. Now they'll start it again. The officials were not sure why they stopped the clock, but so first down and about 25. Bauer swings it out, caught by Wenger. Breaks away from one tackle, but can't get away from the second. He's brought down at the 31-yard line.
Nice pursuit by the young defense out there.
J.D. Bowman in on the stop for the Rough Riders as we are now down to the final minute.
From the 31-yard line, it'll be second down.
Probably have 1 or 2 plays to go. 36
degrees as we're sitting out here in the top row of the bleachers, and it feels like minus 10. Now, somehow I don't think that's accurate.
No,
but
I don't think he's sitting next to the heater either. Last play of the game, possibly.
Bauer rolls to his left, and it's incomplete, looking for Wenger on a crossing pattern.
Pass attempt from A.J. Bauer to Jackson Wenger.
And let's see if they actually run a play, or are they going to just say that this is it? That's going to do it.
And the game is over.
And West Jefferson will advance after an impressive 63-13 win over Northmoor. And we'll be back with the Morrow County Hospital postgame show coming right after this. You're watching high school playoff football live and free exclusively on the OH Report.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmoor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmoor High.
What should I listen to on the OH Report today?
Dude, listen to the Friday Night Pigskin. You got highlights and scores from all around the area.
The OH Report podcast has more than just football.
No, listen to the Pigskin. The Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin. Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Why not both?
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Dude, clean your ears out, man.
Bro, there's so much space in here.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Welcome to the Morrow County Hospital postgame show. I am Brian Harter along with Bruce Weirich, and unfortunately for the Golden Knights of Northmoor, their season comes to an end as they come into a buzzsaw here at West Jefferson and fall 63-13. And it was a game that they just really, as we take a look at the final numbers, they were really never able to get anything going offensively, and they could not stop West Jefferson.
Yeah, and when you take a look at these stats, you know they're really skewed one direction. And you got to remember, most of the numbers, they just did anything they wanted. They put points on the board. The second half with the running clock, we just had some fun with it. And they played everybody. Stats, I don't think the stats tell the whole story.
West Jefferson with 24 first downs, only 8 for Northmoor. And they went a long stretch in the first half where they did not have a first down. They just could not get anything going, and before they knew it, they were down big, and they were forced to play a game that they're really not comfortable playing, coming out and trying to throw the football.
Right. Northmoor, they dominate by running the ball, establishing it, crushing people with it. Well, and that didn't happen tonight.
7 penalties for each team, 2 turnovers for West Jefferson, uncharacteristic for them, and 389 yards of total offense for the Rough Riders. And they will advance to play next week the winner of Proctorville-Fairland or Worthington Christian. And we're going to have our player of the game here shortly, as we have got the quarterback for West Jefferson coming up here. First of all, congratulations on a big win, and congratulations on an outstanding career. 10,000 passing yards for a quarterback at the high school level. That's a lot of slinging the football.
Into our game plan with the weather, especially. I mean, it hasn't been friendly to us the past few weeks, so finally got dry weather, so it was awesome.
Tyler Bisher, 21 of 26, 199 yards and 1 touchdown, our JNF Construction Player of the Game. And just kind of talk about a little bit what it has meant for you to be a part of this program. Obviously, your dad is the head coach, and I talked to him before the ball game, and he told me that there was an opportunity a long time ago. He wanted you to enjoy this experience, and he said he would step away if that's what you were comfortable with, but you obviously wanted to play for your dad.
I did, yeah. It's just been, it means everything. So I knew as soon as I was just looking forward to playing for him, because I knew how much fun all the other kids had before him. And really, nobody really thinks of me like as a coach's son. There's just Tyler. And so, I mean, it's just been awesome. It means everything to me just to play for him, and especially for West Jeff.
And you've come out and not just being the coach's son, but you've been extremely productive. And the numbers really speak for themselves. But you guys have put together a season, and you're not done yet.
Yeah, that's just another part of the journey. We want to chase a state title. That's what our goal is. So this is just another part of it. We just got to move on from this and get back to next week so we can play whoever we play.
Now let's talk about tonight a little bit. And defensively, you guys had to come out, and Northmoor likes to come out and run the football, and they were not able to do that. Talk about what your defensive game plan was coming in.
Honestly, I really not too involved in the defensive area. Don't play much defense, but what I've just been hearing all week long is we got to just run the ball, because they have such a great running back, and he's been dominating all year long. So that was just the MO, is just get him down with gang tackles and all that.
And offensively, you guys are not just a one-trick pony. I mean, you obviously can throw the football, and you spread the ball around to various receivers, but Salyer gives you guys a rushing option, and it really makes it hard to focus on the passing game.
Yeah, he's such a great running back, and he's played so well this year for us. I mean, him stepping in last year was a huge force, and it benefited us a lot. But then this year, I had a feeling that he might explode this year just because of the year that he had last year, just being thrown in there. So, I mean, it's just been great for him.
Now, we don't know anything about the other game that was played tonight. Do you guys have any preference at who you play next week, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter. I mean, it's out of our control, and so we want to chase the state championship, like I said, and so that's whoever we play, we play.
Congratulations on a nice game and a great season, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
Senior quarterback Tyler Bisher, our player of the game, 21 of 26, 199 yards and 1 touchdown. and they get to advance and play next week in week number 13 after a 63-13 win over Northmor. So we'll get Coach back in here and get some final thoughts from him. Obviously, a kid who's very humble and a kid who obviously enjoyed that special opportunity, and you don't see this a lot, but he was able to not only play for his dad, but have a very productive career here at West Jefferson.
Oh, and it's tradition. He's worked for it. He's earned it. And this team is not done yet. They're going to win a couple more games, especially as powerful as this offense is. And they opened up the floodgates tonight, and, boy, they showed us a lot of football.
Well, with the win, West Jefferson is now 11-1, and they will advance to play either Proctorville, Fairland, or Worthington Christian. That game will be played next Saturday night. Northmore ends the season 9-3. The final score tonight, West Jefferson 63 and Northmore 13. Our thanks to tonight's broadcast team. Our producer was Adam Thompson, and the fine camera work courtesy of Nick Jacobs. Most of all, our thanks to you for joining us. Once again, the final score from West Jefferson, the Rough Riders 63 and the Golden Knights 13. You've been watching high school football live and free on the OH Report, powered by BS Media Productions, the future of local sports. For Bruce Weirich, I'm Brian Harter. So long from West Jefferson.